Hi everyone, it's me Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be reacting to a recap for the movie Wish Upon. Anyways, on with the video.
Story Recapped here. Today I'm going to
I love
explain
the
a
YouTube
drama,
channel, Story
fantasy, and
Recapped.
horror film called Wish Upon. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and
I'm
take
aware of
care.
the spoilers.
One quiet morning, Joanna Shannon
There's Claire's mom.
goes out of the house to throw away something she's wrapped up in a dirty sheet. She then lets her younger
And
daughter,
there's Claire as a young kid.
ride her bicycle with the family dog
And I love
Max
Claire's
down
bicycle.
the street.
And I love
Claire
her
is
dog
too happy
Max.
to even notice that Joanna looks upset. And when she returns home, she unfortunately witnesses her mother hanging
Claire's
herself
mom
in the
decided
attic.
to wait till
Years later,
her daughter
Claire
was in
wakes
the
up from
attic,
the same nightmare
killing
that
herself.
haunts her mother's death. As soon as her father,
And there's
Jonathan,
Claire's dad.
leaves for work, Claire rides her bicycle and greets their neighbor, Mrs. DeLuca.
And there's her neighbor's dog. And their dogs.
She almost gets hit by the car.
Claire gets hit by.
Claire serves her like time crash into a little hurt. Claire was school screaming, annoyed at her dumpster driving there. Since she already told her father to not dash his friend Paul.
There's
Knows what shares about the house.
Claire's house.
Claire finds out her but Jonathan leaves has been said.
Claire from
Crush Paul.
And Claire's in love with that boy Paul.
Contented that she can at least admire him from afar. Meanwhile, Jonathan continues dumpster diving with Paul somewhere and finds a big music box.
So he
Back at
finds that
school,
music
Claire
box,
gets in a
the
fight with
Chinese
Darcy
music
after
box
the latter
that
hears
grants
her and
7
her
wishes.
friends insulting her. Claire and Darcy engage in a struggle while
And
the other
Claire
students cheer
makes
and
fun of
take
Darcy
photos of
and
them,
they get
but
in-
eventually
Claire and
Paul
Darcy get
helps
into a
one
fight.
teacher break the girls apart. Claire then goes to Mrs. DeLuca's house that day with a bruised face.
Mrs.
So her
DeLuca
kind
helps
name
her.
prepares her a glass of fresh juice. Once Claire gets home, her father informs her about the present he's placed on her bed. In her room, Claire finds a
the
large
present is that
Chinese music box and discovers that it can
that
grant
grants
its owner
7 wishes.
7 wishes. However, Claire doesn't believe in that kind of stuff, so she chooses to work on her art homework instead. She then receives a text from Meredith telling her to check her social media account. And when she does, she finds that Darcy has posted a video of their fight. Darcy has also uploaded a picture of Jonathan in a nearby dumpster, insulting him and Claire. With nothing to lose, Claire takes her music box and wishes for Darcy to rot.
Claire wishes for
After
Darcy
making
to
her
rot.
first wish, Claire realizes that she left Max outside the door.
And the
But when she
dog
tells the dog to come inside her room,
somehow
she
knows
fails to
that
notice
the
that it
music
refuses
box
to move
is
and
evil.
just stares at her box.
Because
That
dogs are
night, the
smarter
music
than
box
people.
opens on its own and plays the melody while Claire is
think.
sleeping. However, it also closes after a few seconds, leaving
So the
Claire
music box
undisturbed.
plays
The next day,
while
Darcy
Claire is
develops
sleeping.
necrotizing fasciitis and
When
is
Claire,
quickly rushed to
not
the
Claire,
hospital.
Darcy is
Claire
running,
and her friends then talk about the mean girl's condition
and
at school.
Darcy goes to the
Claire can't
hospital.
help but wonder if it had something to do with her wish.
And
Meanwhile, Darcy's friends try to raise a fund for her, but Meredith makes it clear that she doesn't care about her.
since Darcy's
At
in the
home,
hospital,
Claire takes a picture of the Chinese characters in her music box before searching Max outside the
so
door.
Max is gone.
Unfortunately, she finds the
And
poor
Max
dog
is
dead
dead.
in the crawl space.
He was
his body
eaten by
rats.
He was eaten by rats.
Jonathan and Carl then
And
bury
Max
the
is
animal,
buried.
and Claire can only cry as she recalls that Max was a gift from her mother.
That's
In the
sad.
morning, Claire talks to her Chinese teacher and then asks her to translate the characters for her. However,
And
she
the
tells her that
Chinese
most of the
teacher
characters are written in ancient Chinese, and only a
doesn't
scholar can
understand
help
what
her.
those words
Hearing their
mean.
teacher and Claire's conversation, Ryan offers to try and help by saying that his cousin can translate for her. But their conversation is cut short when Ryan's friend makes an offensive remark about Claire. That night, Claire checks Paul's social media account before
Claire's in
making
love
her
with Paul
second
and
wish
wishes
for
for
Paul to
Paul
fall
to be in
madly
love with her.
The next day, Claire composes herself as Paul flirts with her even in front of his girlfriend
So, yeah,
Lola.
That's Lola, one of the
Meanwhile,
bullies
Uncle
who's
August is preparing for
Paul's
a bath
girlfriend.
when suddenly he slips and hits his head in the bathtub.
Uh-oh. Uncle
He then tries
August
to get up, only
slips in
to
the
hit his head
bathtub,
on the tub
but
spout
survives
and
and
bleed to death.
hits his head on
When Claire
the
gets home in
spout
the afternoon, she
and
learns about
bleeds
the
to
news
death.
about her mother's uncle's demise. She then asks her father if they're going to the funeral and wonder what will happen to his belongings, but Jonathan assures her that they're not in the old man's will.
Yep.
Before Claire goes to her room, she bumps
they're
into
not
one
in
of his
his
father's
will?
metal rods and gets mad he keeps on hoarding. However, Jonathan doesn't seem to be paying attention to her,
and she's angry
making
that,
her even
that he
angrier.
stores
Feeling
those
sorry
things
for
in
their
the house.
situation, Claire takes her music box and wishes Uncle
And
August would leave everything to
Claire
her.
wishes that
Then it isn't
she
long
was
before John
in
receives a
Uncle
call
August's
informing
will,
him
'cause
that Claire has
Uncle
inherited
August is
all
rich.
of Uncle August's assets. Claire can't believe what they've just learned, but they immediately pack their stuff and move into the old man's house.
Ooh, wow. I
Claire
wish I lived
also
in a
doesn't
house like
waste
that.
time spending Uncle
And
August's
Claire
money,
and her
for
friends
she
go
quickly
shopping.
calls her friends and takes them shopping. That evening, Claire finally witnesses the music box play a
First
melody,
time.
unaware that in Mrs. DeLuca's house, the nice lady
And
accidentally
Mrs.
turns on the waste
DeLuca
disposal
dies.
until her hair gets caught in it. She then tries to turn it off, but eventually her scalp splits, and her neck breaks.
Oh, that
The
sounds
next
painful.
day, Jonathan gives Claire her mother's artwork, and the two can't help but
And I
wonder
love
why
Claire's
Joanna
bedroom
took her life.
in the
Claire is
mansion.
worried that she might be like her, but
And
Jonathan
Claire
tells her
is
that
not
while
sure
her mother
why,
was a good person,
her
she
mom
had a
killed
rough
herself.
childhood. Jonathan thinks his wife had secrets that were too big to live with, and that maybe it was easier for her to just let go. But that idea doesn't really comfort Claire. That
And then
evening,
Claire's
Claire
dad
cries as she listens to
plays
Jonathan
that
play the
instrument
saxophone
for the first
time since her mother
since
died.
her
Later
mom
that
died.
night, Claire has a nightmare about the music box and suddenly wakes up to see a shadow of a person jumping
There's a
from
shadow
the balcony.
of a person,
She then immediately
the
gets out of
balcony,
bed to see who it is,
but
Claire doesn't
the
find
person runs
anyone around
away
the area. At school,
since he was
Paul
caught.
finally breaks up with Lola and quickly asks Claire to go out
And
with him.
Paul
He also
breaks up
asks her
with
to
his
go with him
girlfriend.
to the senior scavenge, but Claire is hesitant and tells him she'll think about it first. After class, Claire asks Ryan to take her to his cousin Gina
And that's Ryan's
to
cousin
help with
Gina.
her music box. They then
And
learn that all of its owner's wishes will be undone once the music box is abandoned,
Gina will
lost,
help
or sold, and
her
that once it
translate those
belonged to a
Chinese
woman
words
named Lu
on the
Mei.
music box.
Lu Mei and her family were suspected of being infected
Yep.
with bubonic
So,
plague and were quarantined in a
Legend Lu Mei.
train where they died of heat stroke and starvation.
So yeah,
Being the only
Lu Mei's
survivor,
family
Lu Mei
died,
took her
and
music box
Lu
and
Mei
prayed for
used
revenge in
that
the temple for 7
music
days and
box
7 nights
for
until
revenge.
a Yao Guai, or a demon, answered. But although she became rich, Lu Mei unfortunately killed herself in 1922.
Lu Mei decided
Also,
to commit
Lu Mei's
suicide.
story doesn't really solve the mystery of the music box, for Claire, Ryan, and Gina still have no idea what the numbers on the bottom mean.
And Gina
Gina
doesn't
then tells
exactly
them
understand
that the other Chinese characters
what the
also
Chinese
say that something
characters
will
mean.
happen once the music ends.
Once
but
the
just
music
be sure
ends,
she
someone
takes
dies.
pictures of the music box and sends them
Someone
to her
close to
friend
Claire
for
does.
help. Once they're done,
And
Claire
she
thanks
takes
Gina for
pictures and sends
accommodating them.
them to
And
her
before
friend
they leave,
Mike.
Gina urges her cousin to ask Claire out. On their way home, Claire sees her father dumpster diving with Carl again and gets into an argument with him.
It's obvious.
Claire doesn't understand what
She's
more
gonna
her father
wish-
could possibly want, so that
she's
night,
gonna wish
Claire
for
tells
her
the music
father
box
to
to
be
make
cool.
Jonathan less embarrassing. Meanwhile, Gina gets worried upon learning the meaning of the other Chinese characters on the music box from her friend.
It
Then,
means
Gina becomes annoyed when the power in
it
her
means
apartment
someone
goes
dies.
out, unaware that the music
She
box
finds out
has
that
begun playing at Claire's
she
house.
gets an email from
Claire
Mike
immediately gets her wish that evening, for her father
about the
returns to
Chinese
playing the
words
saxophone again.
on the music
On
box.
the other hand, Gina
And
fails
Claire's
to tell
dad plays
Ryan the bad
music,
news about the
and her
music
friends
box
are
after she
over.
accidentally drops her phone from the fire escape. She then returns inside and
And
walks
then
in the dark,
Gina dies.
unfortunately tripping and getting impaled on a
She
statue's
dies
horn. The next
by
day,
getting
Ryan finds
impaled
Gina's phone outside
on
her
that statue.
place and races to her apartment, where he panics after discovering her body.
He
Meanwhile,
panics
Claire
after
finally starts
discovering
dating
Gina's
Paul
dead body.
and leaves her friends confused. On her way to class,
Excuse
Claire
me?
is asked by Ryan if she has made any wishes yet, informing her that Gina is dead and that the line that she couldn't translate meant the blood price is paid
Blood
once
price-
the music ends.
Blood price
Claire feels
means
sorry for
when
Ryan,
a person
but she
dies.
doesn't admit to making any wishes and leaves him instead. Later that day, Paul and Claire piss their friends off as they decide to eat together.
Yeah,
At home, Claire
Tyler,
asks the music
the
box to make
main
her
boy,
the
and
most popular
Lola
girl in
leave
school.
the
Paul
table.
then texts her that evening and
And she
invites her
wishes
to a
to be
party
popular,
where everyone treats her like
and
the VIP.
she's at a party
Paul
where
also
everyone
kisses Claire for the
treats her
first
like a
time,
VIP.
and she just couldn't feel any happier.
They kiss for the first
However,
time.
Claire gets scared when she
Romantic.
dreams of taking her mother's place in the attic and
Uh-oh.
hanging herself.
Scary.
She wakes up almost out of breath, and again she sees someone taking
There's
pictures
someone
of her
taking
on the
pictures
balcony.
of her.
Frustrated and
someone's
angry, Claire
taking
takes the
pictures of
rake
her
and follows her
while she's
stalker,
sleeping.
only to be startled by her father. Jonathan wonders what his daughter is doing, so Claire tells him that someone
Yeah.
might be following
She thinks
her.
that someone's
She
stalking
then
her because
realizes
of the
that it
music
started when
box.
she got the music box, so Claire hides it in the vent. Meanwhile, Ryan tries to learn more about the music box. The next day, Claire goes to Mrs. DeLuca's house and finally discovers her body by
Ooh, she
mistake.
sees
After
Miss
some time,
Luca's dead
Claire
body,
reveals to her friends the secret of her music box, but Meredith
and
doesn't
she
believe
tells
her.
her friends
Claire
about the
feels
music
bad since
box.
she thinks that people have died because of her,
Yeah.
so June advises her to just throw the music box away.
I don't
She
think
then
she
goes
should
out
throw
that
it away
evening to discard
because
the
she has a
music
lot of
box,
nice
but
wishes.
upon hearing her father play the saxophone, she decides to hold on to it just a bit longer. Later that night, Claire goes to the senior scavenge with her friends
senior
and Paul.
scavenge.
However, while making out with Paul,
Uh-oh.
Claire finds one of her stuff in her boyfriend's car and discovers he's been spying on her
Ooh,
and
Paul
taking
is the
pictures of her
stalker.
while she's sleeping.
And
Freaked
he-
out, Claire
Paul's
immediately breaks
the
up
guy
with
who's
him,
taking
but
pictures
Paul
of her.
has no intention of letting her go. Meanwhile, the music box starts playing again, and at the same time,
Uh-oh.
Jonathan calls Claire to
Who's
tell
gonna
her
die?
that he's got a gig
Is it gonna
outside
be-
town. Unfortunately,
gonna
he gets
be
stuck in the middle of the
Claire's dad
road
that
when
dies
one of his tires
next?
blows out. Jonathan almost gets hit by a spare tire when it
Uh-oh.
accidentally rolls
he-
down the street and bounces off a
one of his
car,
tire
but
pops and
luckily
he tries to
manages
replace
to
it.
duck in time. Back at the senior scavenge, Meredith
Is
goes
it
to
gonna
the
be
26th floor
Claire's
to play
dad
her
or
mobile game,
Claire's
while
friend
Claire
Meredith that
admits to
dies?
June that she still has the music
Let's
box.
see.
She then receives a call from Meredith informing her that she's stuck in the elevator and asks her to get someone to help
Wonder if the
her.
elevator will
However,
fall.
it isn't long before the elevator cables snap and Meredith is plunged to her death.
So yeah, the
her
elevator
friends can only look
cable
at her body
snaps
in horror, and June
Meredith
blames
falls
Claire
to her
for what's
death.
happening. Ryan then arrives and takes Claire to his apartment, where he reveals that the number on the bottom of the music box is the military ID of one Arthur Sands. He got the music box when he was stationed in
whoever
China,
has the
but
music
he took
box
his life after getting
has
his
7
wishes.
wishes,
The
and
music
after
box then fell into the hands
their
of a
7th
man
wish,
named
the
Lawrence
box
Hart,
claims the soul of
who
the
ended
owner,
up
which
losing
means
his
the owner
mind after his
dies
loved ones died.
after the 7th
He barricaded
wish.
himself in his estate near Claire's house, and that's where he died from a massive fire. Finally, Ryan tells Claire that the music box also warns its owner that the Yaguai will take your soul after the 7th wish is made.
So yeah.
On the other hand, Claire ignores Paul's text and begs Ryan to help her get rid of the box. Unfortunately, burning the music box doesn't work, and neither does hitting it with a sledgehammer.
Destroy the music box,
so,
but it doesn't
in the
work.
end, Claire is forced to put it back inside the vent.
When
that
Paul
night, Paul sneaks into Claire's room and slits his wrist when she refuses to take him back, prompting Claire
Paul
to call
cuts
an
himself
ambulance for her
after
ex-boyfriend.
because he doesn't want to live without
The following
Claire.
day, both Claire and Ryan get confused when the music box goes missing. As if that isn't enough to make Claire upset, the bank repossesses Uncle August's assets after he failed to pay his taxes for 10 years.
Claire and her dad
Claire
have
and
to
Jonathan
move back
then
to their old
return to
house.
their shabby house, and she goes back to being a loser.
Yeah,
Later that day, Claire sees June and discovers that she's taken the music box.
June has the music box.
Enraged, Claire forcibly takes it even though June begs her not to. And as the two girls argue,
June has 2
ends up
sisters.
falling down the stairs.
She has
On
sisters.
the other hand, Ryan witnesses the whole thing and scolds Claire for not thinking clearly.
Yeah.
He reminds her that the music box won't do
Ryan
her any
wants
good,
Claire to
but
get
Claire
rid of the
isn't ready
music
to let
box.
go of it just yet. She even threatens to use one of her remaining 2
That's
wishes
not good.
on Ryan if he doesn't
Because she has
leave her
2
alone.
wishes left.
And when she finally gets home,
friends
Claire tells
Ryan.
herself that everything will be fine as long as she doesn't use the music box again.
Ooh, she's
However,
gonna wish again.
Claire fails to control herself and wishes that her mother never killed herself. Just like
She
that,
wishes that
Joanna
her mom was
returns to
alive.
life just in time to celebrate Claire's birthday.
And I love her old
Claire
room too.
can't believe that her mother is
For-
back and that
it's
she has
painted
2
purple and
younger
pink.
siblings. But then she
Not-
tries not
I
to
mean purple and
overthink
green,
and just
my bad.
enjoys her day with her family.
When it's
But
Claire's
Claire
birthday
soon
that
discovers
day.
that one of her mother's paintings
Uh-oh.
and realizes that she used to own the music box.
Oh, she used to have
As
the music box.
everything comes
That's
to
why
light,
she killed
Claire
herself.
runs outside and warns her father to move away from Carl as he tries to chop off a tree branch with a chainsaw.
Carl's chopping off the tree
Unfortunately,
branch.
the latter moves
but,
as Jonathan takes his foot off,
um,
and Carl loses his balance.
yeah,
and
and
he
Carl
ends up
accidentally
decapitating his friend. Devastated,
decapitates
Claire uses her final
Claire's
wish to be
dad.
taken back to the morning when Jonathan found the music box.
Ooh,
Seconds
so he goes
later,
back-
Claire wakes
Claire
up from a
goes back
nightmare
to the
and
day
realizes
that,
that her wish came true.
that her dad found
Max
the
is
music
even
box
on her
and
bed, and Claire is
Max
happy
is
to hear
alive,
Meredith's
and the
voice
neighbor's
from the
alive,
phone and seeing
Uncle
Mrs.
August is
DeLuca
alive,
outside.
Mary's been
She
everyone
then
else
joins
dead.
Jonathan and
She
Carl
killed
in
them
dumpster
alive.
diving and quickly looks for the music box, hiding it before her father can even see it. After
So
that, Claire goes to
Claire
school
finds
and
the
gives
music box
Ryan
and
the
brings
music
it to
box she
Ryan.
used to put in a bag, instructing him to never open it. She also kisses Ryan and asks him to dinner, but as soon as they cross the street, Darcy accidentally hits her with her
Claire
car.
gets
The
hit by
students are
Darcy,
shocked to
by
witness as
Darcy's
the
car,
impact of the crash
and she
sends
dies.
Claire flying and landing onto another vehicle, and none of them
And
even
Claire
dare to
sent flying
approach
and
their
lands on
dead
another person's
schoolmates.
car.
Later on, Ryan gets
When
curious and
Ryan
he opens
opens
the
the
bag
box.
containing the music box instead of just burying it, smiling
Instead
as
of
he
burying it.
realizes it can grant him 7
The
wishes.
story's gonna happen again.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this.
Ooh, wow, this
Turn
is
on
cool.
notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.
That was really cool. I love Wish Upon. It's one of my favorite horror movies, and I love this recap of the movie Wish Upon. So yeah, this is my video for today, and yeah, I really love Wish Upon. It's a really great horror movie, and it was released in the year 2017. And as the story explained, Wish Upon is about a girl, Claire, who has that music box that has 7 wishes, but every time she makes a wish, a person close to her dies, or a pet close to her, well, because her dog was the first one to die. And then after the 7th, and after Claire's 7th wish, she dies. As you saw, she got hit by the bully Darcy's car after she made her 7th wish. That's why you should always watch where you're going when you cross the street, because then you don't get hit. Maybe she watched where she was going when she crossed the street. She probably would have died another way. I don't know. Well, I hope you guys liked my reaction video today, and let me know if you liked the movie Wish Upon if you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen the whole movie, even though you've seen this recap, if you haven't seen the whole movie, you should find a place to watch it. I don't know where it's streamed, but I watched it when I was younger, but I forgot what movie say I watched it. So you can just like find a place to stream it so you can watch this movie. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.